The use of technology is continuously expanding. It has changed the humanity way of life. Some evidence shows that current generation is not as happy as it should be because they spend too much time on social media and the internet. Who is responsible for that?
I think technology itself, things like social media platforms, are set up to addict its users.
Social media is a good way to be able to communicate with people other than your family.
Technology itself, it'd be nice if that was regulated more, but it's a jungle out there, isn't it?
With social media, the problem is there is this although it's a great way of connecting with friends and etc., it is actually can have psychological effects on people.
I find it really helpful actually to use social media to be able to talk to people.
The excessive use of technology can be harmful to children's health. Potentially, it can not only damage physically but also mentally and leads to depression, anxiety, and loneliness. According to the Children's Bureau, the effects of technology on children and youth are not only spreading to a larger population, but they have also shown to be long-lasting as well.
I think technology itself, things like social media platforms, are set up to addict its users. I mean, we know that there's been programs, there's been articles written about the way that social media algorithms are set up to lure people in and keep them hooked on the platform.
I see my family a lot. We eat together, we watch TV together, and I think it's also important to keep in contact with friends. And as we can't do that outside, social media is a good way to be able to communicate with people other than your family.
Technology is so intuitive that a very young child can just start using it. You don't need to teach them how to do it. Technology itself, it'd be nice if that was regulated more, but it's a jungle out there, isn't it?
With social media, the problem is there is this although it's a great way of connecting with friends and etc., it is actually can have psychological effects on people depending on how they actually use social media to social or make friends.
I find it really helpful actually to use social media to be able to talk to people, because without that I'd struggle a bit, because obviously we can't see people at the moment, and even if there wasn't a pandemic, I think I'd struggle to not talk to people outside of school hours or anything.
Children can use tech, but use it appropriately. Use it to enhance the family culture rather than to use it to replace the things that they're not getting.
I think people do spend too much time on social media, and it can be damaging for your mental health.
I've got 3 boys, so I've always taken the line of they need to be active and they need to be burning off energy. So trying to keep them interested in sport, and even if they're not playing, then going to watch sport.
We'd never sort of go on to the topic of, how could you make more economical use of your time? Like, for example, if you say, spend less time on the social media, focus more on your actual relationship.
Social media is good for that. And if you like to be able to entertain people or reach people and share your ideas, then it is good for that. But I just think it's important to have a balance, because otherwise you can just get sucked in and you don't get to do much otherwise.
Parents have a responsibility to guide their children's use and even to police it, to make sure that they're not overdoing any one thing in their life.
It's very difficult as a parent to police how much time they're spending online. It's especially difficult because now we're in lockdown, all their schoolwork is done online.
Parents can learn about self-directed learning and self-direction for children, so that children learn from their parents how to take responsibility for the way they choose to spend their time and how they take responsibility for getting their needs met as well. And some of their needs are going to relate to their mental health, and some of them will relate to their need for contact and recognition and being seen and held as important. And if they're not getting those needs met at home from their family, they're going to seek that elsewhere. So they're going to go onto Snapchat and TikTok and all of the social media platforms to seek contact with other people and to seek recognition. And those 2 needs are so important for children. They shape the children's whole landscape of their childhood, and their mental health is rested on those pillars.
Technology itself is not bad, but it depends on someone how to use it properly.